So, who here has fear? Who has fear? Okay.
At least up until now.
Yeah.
Fear. What? All right. Fear. You're good? Mine is good. Okay, fine, no problem. So, better off taking one of the candles, because the Bible somebody may touch, may move. Take one.
I noticed nobody touched the Bible the last 2 weeks.
Because I didn't drink it. So, fear. Fear of what?
Unknown.
The what?
Unknown.
Okay. Fear of unknown. Where do you feel the fear of unknown?
Right now, I don't feel it.
When you do feel it, where in your body can you identify where you feel it? We want to keep it to 1 minute.
It's hard to pinpoint right now.
Okay,
Let's
good.
say over here.
Good.
The heart?
Ali, where do you feel fear? More like the solar plexus. It's more, that's the fear belt right here. It's the fears. Yeah. Right there?
It's between the solar plexus and the heart, like both.
Okay.
What does it matter?
What?
What's the matter?
Why it matters?
Not matter. What's the difference?
Between what? Where you feel the fear? I don't know if I don't know if I want to lead on, so difference is, okay, fine. Yeah, we're learning. It's part of it. If you feel it here in your heart, then it's probably, could be excitement, could be, I don't want to say for sure, because you can have fear in the heart too. Yeah, anxiety attack is in the heart. Yeah, so there you go. Anxiety attack is not fear; it's more of an overload of flow. So, you feel it in the heart, it's excitement. If it's over here, then it's easier, because look at the difference. If here means, for the recording, here means the stomach, the solar plexus. The difference is, if you were to imagine to jump out of a plane, where is the fear that you feel before you jump out of a plane? So I'm just going to go, because we're not doing a thing. It's here. It's not in the heart. I feel it in my stomach. Like when the food's in the car and you go over the hump.
Yeah.
Or the roller coaster.
Remember how the feeling feels.
What's that?
I have to remember how the feeling feels.
Good. So we'll do it in a minute.
I was there once.
Okay.
So
We'll do it. Everybody was there once.
No, really, literally.
So when the fire comes to
Skydiving.
What's that?
Skydiving.
Oh, okay, good, fine. So you know it.
So
Okay.
after I flash back my memory to that position, look.
Yeah, fine. It's easy. So if it's in the stomach, then imagine jump out of the plane, and it's easily cleared, because really fear is something of. It's not I'm afraid of something. That's not why you're afraid. You're not afraid of something. You don't know. You already know you're going to do it. You made up your mind you're doing it. Now you don't know how to surrender to it. Where do I need to surrender to? Let go of what? My muscle is tight. How do I let go? I mean, I'm not even aware that it's tight. But when you jump off the plane, parachute, you can feel. No, I never jumped out of a plane. So you can feel, you can imagine it, and that's the teferes, and that's the measure. That's where you just surrender. But if it's in the heart, then it's probably more midas. It's still blockages that needs to be worked out. Childhood trauma, all that stuff. It's still in the heart. It's the midas.
Is it also possible that you feel it over here, but it's actually laying in the head, in the right side?
What do you mean?
Fear, I feel fear over here.
Yes.
But I was working today with something,
Yep.
and I figured the right side is black because of the fear, or that's the fear, or because of the fear?
No, it works together with the brain. I mean,
The right side.
Let me see it soon. I don't know. I got to tune in. I don't know. I'm on this flow. It depends what it is. It could be either side. If it's coming from Chachma that's coming from the left side. I think so. We'll go there soon. I'm not sure if I'm saying this correct. Okay, so fear. What are you afraid of?
Most in general about judgment of people.
That's still a thing. Okay. Let's see. Judgment of people, from people. People are judging. What it is, it's afraid of to be seen. That's what it is. It's afraid to be seen. That's the positive of judgment from people. Afraid to be seen. Stimmt? If I'm afraid to be seen, then I fear about the judgments of what people are going to say because I'm getting exposed. I don't want to expose myself. I'm afraid because I feel small or whatever that is. So you should know that the other side of that is afraid to be seen. Step into your power. Step into your belief. Step into it. Feel it in the gut. That's another thing. If you feel it in the gut, then it's just easy to. If we were to start doing stuff from the gut, from here, then you're unstoppable. You're unstoppable because from here is machshuvas, mankap, slik minikap, and the heart. Think about it. The biggest satellite dish is the stomach. Is the teferes. It's the biggest one. The biggest receiver. The gut feeling. It has everything stored in here. Everything. This stores. As the energy flows from generation to generation, the stomach stores all the memory. That's the gut feeling. The problem is that our gut feeling has been messed with, tampered with, so I'm off. I have fears for things that I shouldn't be afraid of. I have judgments. I crawl into my hole because the teferes has been tampered with. So I can't trust it. But as we're clearing that, now again, this is because we're living through the filter. Everybody breathe. We're a container. It's a vessel. These are just the bodies over here sitting the processor. And we are from processing the infinite. Now, if you process from here, from the front, which is, looking ahead, trying to figure living in the year or in the hoya or in the hoya, past and the future, then you're limited to how much you can process. But if you process from one, it's infinite. So okay. Hallo Sanay, Shiva Migas, Shiva Nairis, and Keneged Shiva Madragas. Shiva Madragas shows Bichlal Sev Deshem. So this week is we're in Baal. So just to put out there that when you live in the time, you live in the time. When you're in the parsha of the week, you're in the parsha. It's Parsha's Miketz, he's talking about the Shiva Nairis. Right? Neiris Chanukah. Shtim Chashmenim, Kol Hashmanim. So the vart is that processing from the infinite source. Next, so what are you afraid of? Breathe.
Unknown.
Huh?
Unknown.
Unknown. Okay, that's a good one. That's a good one. Fear of the unknown is that's where it's at. When you fear of the unknown means that you're present in the moment.
Stink.
Because as long as I'm still processing fears about this, that, and the other, I'm living in the future, I'm living in the past, I'm living in smallness, I'm not living in the present moment, I'm living in Das Tachten, and then there's only that much we can process. But if you get present in the moment, you tap into the infinite source of Koyach, because he is infinite. So, and especially when you have our brains, which is Am Chacham V'Novin, have this supercharger on the brain, eels, vision, Adam, Nesher, forget it. We are preparing to process the highest conscious stuff. Yichida, oneness. Imagine being able to go through your day and know you're in constant fill with your Creator. And b'chachmas beriru, from there, from that place, chachmas beriru, as we fix this in the rechte zaal, yes, in this case, mit how are we mavarer? I think it's always from the right side. How are we mavarer something? When you when you see a piece, you see food right now, you're craving something, you know it's not good for you. How are you deciding yes or no? What tells you no? How do you overcome to yes? How do you overcome to no? What pulls to no? Breathe, you're suffocating me.
It's
No.
It's hot like crazy.
Perfect temperature here.
Like crazy.
Stop it, Shai. Surrender.
Okay.
Surrender. Stop fighting it. Because if you surrender to it, then the temperature is...
Give me your jacket then.
What's that?
Give me your jacket.
No, I need... So, fine, I'll go easy. No, yet. So, yeah, present moment. So, Chachma is beriru. So, how do I differentiate? With Chachma, I tap into it and I'm like, is this good for me? Is this not good for me? Now, until now, you were processing with, even the Chachma was messed up because it was based on past, future. But now you're cleaning, the vessel is clean after Sfira, Pesach, you're learning the stuff, you know the language. Just to give you an archozir, a mirror back. Okay? Mirror back. You are living this already. Your lives are fully aligned with this. And I'll tell you one more thing, is that not many people I don't want to call anybody, not many people live like that. It takes a specific combination to have both. Kabbalah said, the bittul, I'm ready to do the work. I'm showing up to the work. Humiliated, pushed, shoved, and then anybody still sitting at this table right now is into this. Is on. There's been consistency here, right? It's consistency. We're not talking about, you miss, you're not miss. It's fine. You're in your process. You'll miss as much as you need. Of course, you miss, but it's an evolution. Just stay present with the message. Don't get carried away. There is something about Ratzah and Shuv. Back and forth. I step in and I step out. I go into the fire and I come back to myself. Check myself. Grounded. Family. Me, myself. Go out, come back. Stay on top. But it doesn't have to be a rip. It doesn't have to be a pull. Hey, it's a group, it's a thing. I'm going to be checking out for a couple of weeks. I want my space. Yeah, fine. Keep the flow. Or not, fine. I had my fill, I'm good. I'll come back. Whatever it is. Why am I saying it? I'm saying because as we're going into Shabbos, we're going to step it up. I don't know what to expect. We're going to go into it. We're going to do it. We're going to see what the Rebbe has to say, and we're going to do it the way we do it. We're going to actually live it. Because we have lived everything else so far. Whatever we've learned, we've been practicing and been doing it. So, the Chachma is Beriru, present in the moment. And if you're if you're fearful of the fear of the unknown, then that's right before you jump out of a plane. And as you know, from the different meditations that you do, right? That everybody does. Sometimes you get to a place where you're ready to surrender, but you just don't know where to. Take everything you want, just where you want me to back into, and there's nowhere to go. And that's when another layer breaks. It's a whole new parsha. Back yourself into the Acharan, And the Gevuras, ultimately behind the Gevuras is the Chasadim, because what's pushing, the Chasadim are pushing. We're just in Tzimtzum, so the Gevuras are showing up. We don't know how to surrender to the light, don't know how to surrender. So jumping out of the plane is a good muscle. Feel that the feathers just melt away. Feel just jump into it. Jumping off the cliff, that is the Nesher. The Nesher jumps off the cliff. And he goes. Sees everything. He's focused. Razor sharp focus. As you upgrade your system, you're able to tune in better. The gut feeling is better. Anybody else wants to share why they are fearful?
Same thing.
No?
Success.
You're afraid of success? No, you're not afraid of success. You gotta find another way. That's not
Financial security.
that's not what he's saying. Yeah, financial security. Yeah, I mean, that's a small one. It's a big one, it's a small one. It's the ultimate. But you know what? If you really, it's going to keep pressing until you're going to find your way out of it. You're going to really, I mean, I'm not saying anything. Everybody's got to do their own, climb their ladder. Responsibly. But,
Yeah, go back to success.
yes, to him. But yes, I know. But financial security, that's what he said, financial security, is the biggest part of it, the biggest goal. It's the biggest hoax. It's fake news like never before. How do we know? Because COVID exposed it. There was no security. And somehow the money kept flowing.
Big time.
So that was exposed. You're like, okay. Whatever that means, but again, we need to be very. It's time to be successful, to make a lot of money. Business I am, and I'm only saying it because I may be accused of saying otherwise. But I think there should be Shafer Avmoid. Business I am. Why not? Easy, from a new place, new focus, and tuning into the presence of it rather than the chase to it or for it, which is just exhausting. Okay, financial.
He said financial. It said success.
Success. What does that mean?
Fear of being seen or being successful.
I almost
Being
feel like I
too
need to
good.
scream. Can I
No.
scream? I can't. I don't have it in me. Getting soft.
No.
Don't worry. It's only tzaddik. It's my shoe. I'm building up for Ratza. Absolute BS. I don't even know what you're talking about. It's like the guy's like, I don't want to go to the gym. I'll get too big. You know, we'll deal with it when you get there. First go for 10 years. Then we'll see.
So, I really don't have what you say. The guy that wants to go to the gym and he's afraid of being big, you don't take away the fear by saying we'll deal with it afterwards. So we'll deal with it. I'm dealing with them später. The fear is still here.
So what am I really saying?
Yes.
What I'm saying is that to begin with, there is no fear. It's just something in the head. Because the guy's not getting big so fast. He's going to be sweating a lot and eating a lot of cardboard and salt before he sees any type of results. The same way, you're saying that you're afraid to be seen. Why?
Why is the next question, but the fear is still here.
So I'm going to the next question. Why?
Yeah, but I'm going to explain a little bit what I was saying. Is if you're ready, all of a sudden things are starting to work out and you start to become successful, all of a sudden you're like fear of success. But is it really going there that just all of a sudden things are like working out so great that you're afraid that where it's going? Or you're still way before it even started?
So that's exactly what I'm saying.
Right, exactly. I'm just trying to explain.
Yeah, good. Yeah.
Wow.
You didn't hear that? Yeah, okay.
It's a roadmap.
Yeah, it's not real. It's not true. Even the way you say it, you don't believe it. I can hear you don't believe it. That's why I'm challenging it. So what really it is, it's another way of going from the other side of it, and it's like there's an expansion happening, and it's asking how. I'm afraid to be seen. Oh, okay, I need to be seen. I need to step in.
Also,
No.
maybe it's fear of showing up.
Not fear of showing up. You never showed up in such a big way. It's stretching. The rubber band is stretching. So it stretches. And when it stretches, it looks this way. For some people, it's like this. Some people, it's called fear of the unknown. And some people, it's called fear of being seen. What does that mean? It's also unknown. What does it mean being seen? So it's just a feeling of accepting that I am good enough and I'm powerful enough, and let it flow. Mouth open. Yeah. I don't want to say names. You know, it's the thing. Yeah.
Same thing what he said. I
Yeah.
don't know.
What?
Two names.
What?
Sent you a message yesterday.
Now? What? What?
Two names.
Oh. Thank you for reminding me. Okay, so let's put it like this, David. We're going on the record here. The word is zo. The Shiur is a yedavach. Hoe zeg ik het, niet? Oh, gelezen. Okay, I got it. The Shiur is here every week. As long as it was in my house, Chag is sponsored. Mostly, you guys also participated quite a bit with the wine, and I wanted to fix that on the text that I say pretty much. And then that was deleted from my Magia deleted. So so basically, most of the time they don't understand what I write. It makes no sense to them. And it's like, what does this mean? What does this mean? I'm like, you know what, just give it back to me. You guys don't get it. Just put the commas in, that's it, and the dots. Leave it, just don't worry about what it says. So you should just know that
They fight with yours and go back.
you should just know that you're speaking a different language that the regular people don't know. It's the language of Chassidus. It's the language of being present. It's the language of tefillah. Know where you're holding. So yeah, that's going to come with fear. It's fear of the unknown. What is this? But we have this. We have the sfurim, we have the doshim, we have the bittul, the fight. And you've tried the alternative. You're not from those that have $10 million or $1 million, and Baruch Hashem you should, but clearly that was not on top of your agenda, otherwise you would have had it. It's not a big deal to make it. It's not a big deal. It's easy to be, I'm not saying they're all animals, but it's easy to be an animal. Most of them, I'm not judging, but it has to be because there's equal for everybody. Why some don't have, because others are chapping. Okay, or not, just a theory. It's a fun fact. Right? It's a fun fact. What? Yeah, that's why I said it's a fun fact. But still, we're talking about fine. That's not where I want to go. That's not, because that's really none of our business. I don't know what's going on. All I know is that the facts, the data, the real data, is that it's not hard to make money, but he chose to go with the MS. He chose to follow. He took something that has a real currency, real value. What you're tapping into is the future. That's the future stock market. That's the future currency. That is everything. Yechida, Achdus Hashem. Achdus Hashem, powerful Shabbos, pulling in energetically into Tuesday and back and forth. I mean, it's happening. Chassidus is telling us it's happening. It's nothing new. You just have the chutzpah and the bittul and the color to say, okay, let's try it. I mean, yes. And then you guys are willing to play along. But it's that's Todas Balshem. This is how the Balshem Tov wanted us to live. Boy elatev, get into the action. Get into the vehicle of the letters. Get into the vehicle of Chassidus, Yechida. And the koyach from that is once again Shabbos. Shabbos is where you get to Shabbos v'ayinaf as you get back to yourself, and the batteries are recharging. And we're going to learn how to do that because we don't know where to surrender to. So Zrat Hashem, Rebbe's going to open it up for us.
We still have to finish something.
Shiur is here. Shiur is here every week.
Wow, that's where?
Yeah.
Moshe, I thought we're learning now.
1 second. No, let him finish first. Point.
Okay, 1 second. So we
We're
have
learning now.
We are learning now.
Okay.
Are you finished?
Let us learn.
Are we not? Yeah, no.
I don't think we are.
You want to learn inside?
No.
No. Firoz. Okay. So, yes. So the sponsor, so if you're coming every week, or if not, we figured out, what is it, $20 a person? $20 over. $20. Send it to him. $20 will pays the place. It's $500. It's $125 a week. I think it's a beautiful space. Special. It's nothing, and they're willing to support the people want to learn Torah. They're willing to support that. So we have that, and then we have the candles and the wine, so we can be balabatish over here with some nuts, and that's it. So it comes out to about $1,000, $800 to $1,000 a month. $20. This is the most powerful checking you ever had. Okay, and the checking costs you more. This is the most powerful therapy you're going to ever have in a one-on-one. And a session is $1,000. Okay, and here you're getting it over here in a more powerful way. It's pure. It's Torah. It's straight from facilitation from the Alter Rebbe. And ultimately, if you want something, you got to put in. You got to fuel the chains. You got to put it in. Put in your energy, and you will receive back. And watch what's going to happen. That's when it becomes real. That's when you start becoming a part of the wheel. Okay, so be in touch. Put it out. Support. If you believe in the work, support. If you believe in the future, if you believe that there's nothing else going on. Nothing else going on. But there's Torah and Torah and more Torah. And this is who you are. And the sooner you're going to align with this, the sooner you're going to be out of Pari. So the sponsors, people that gave, there's no sponsors, but people that gave, and we're going to put out the name, is Mordechai ben Esther. Mordechai ben Esther. Okay. Oh, the nummer into them is Anuma. Nizum, yes. Okay. Nog een Hartman, Shimon ben Chana. Okay. So Shimon ben Chana. Okay. Zat Hashem, we gaan het geïnteresseerd.
Now can I explain?
What?
Now can I explain?
Yeah, sure.
So the whole thing, I look at it at everything as a gauge. Every time I get pulled, I gauge myself where I am. If I'm getting there, now I know I'm at the finish line. So I check myself constantly when I'm getting there already. But if I check myself that alone, the fact that alone that you have to check yourself, that's also a learning process.
The fact that alone that you have to check yourself, that's also a learning process.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's the finish line already.
Okay. Yeah, the back door is that you're there anyways. You're just untangling the tangle. Yes? Yeah.
Or not.
So when you're at the finish line, who cares what they say?
Just take out the but.
What?
Just
No,
take out the
you-
word have to. You're doing it anyway. Can't
If
have
you're
to.
at the finish line, what's the difference if you follow exactly what he writes, or you're leaving something out?
Is what he writes?
No, the message. We're debating, should we say the message, should we not say the message?
No, because the guy's name was underneath it. I wasn't debating the message. No, what message? There was a name underneath. I asked him if I should call out the name also. His message? Please, somebody fill me in. What am I talking about?
The finish line.
Got carried away when you started talking about
Yeah.
the message.
And then
What's going on? What other? I mean, you saw before. I mean, we're in the conversation talking about the Shivanitis. I mean, it's okay. So, you guys want to do a piece of Tanya, Ashar Yichud V'Emunah, or you want to go into Shabbos?
I will.
I mean, hold on, both of them are Shabbos. Do you want to go into Shabbos to Ashar Yichud V'Emunah?
Take me to Shabbos, whatever name it is. I don't know.
I was confused before.
What? They're both Alter Rebbe. Both Alter Rebbe. I just.
I was asking the passengers, do you want to take runway 27 or 29?
And he says,
It goes to the same destination, so.
whatever takes us there. I don't know what.
That's why I don't like putting out what the topic is going to be.
Papa Shabbos is powers.
Because I don't. Because we're going to go where we're going to go.
Okay.
But we're going into Shabbos. We're in Shabbos.
We're going.
Yeah.
Didn't you say something about Shabbos before?
Yeah. This week is possible.
This paper says yeah.
I know that because we're going into Shabbos. The other one was Mikhail. Yes. Yeah. We're going to V'yak because we're going into Shabbos.
Might as at the takeoff point.
Yeah. So. L'chaim.
Yeah.
Please take L'chaim. I should get food.
You don't, Moshe. Which one do you want, Moshe? This
I'll
one?
take the white one. No, I don't want the
No?
white.
Okay.
No, I'll say everything is. Yeah, I can. I'll say. Thank you. So, okay. So first, let's know who we are. So the Alter Rebbe goes in Shari for the moon in the last couple of days. In the beginning, Tzimtzum. Okay, so the Alter Rebbe is saying over here like this: the Zin Strahl, the sun rays that come out from the sun, are connected to the sun. It's called the Moir and the Oir. The Moir is the massive generator, okay, and then from that comes out the light. Now, the light that lands here on planet Earth is called the rays of the sun, but it's still connected to the sun. Okay, if there is no sun, there's no rays. There's clouds, there's no rays. But the rays exist inside the sun. The rays are inside; they're coming from inside. But over there, they were in the Moir, and here it's in the Oir. So too is a human also. Us people, the man, Adam, is being projected from the source, from the sun, which is in this case is the Eibishter. He's projecting on us, and we're a manifestation from him. It's burning in the back, pushing out, because that's what he wants. We're just that's what he wants. The fat is that's what he wants. Okay. Now one more time, it's just in the levels from the Welt Hauptgrund, but before that, there's nothing. There's no expression there. So nothing. No tamun. We have no clue. We can't process it yet. We will. So the question is, so if that's the case, why don't we just burn up? How are we still here? Because we're talking about something that is so intense that how are we still here? And we're complete nefradim. We are, as far as we're like completely separations. Yeah, this is so happy to see. So when we're all going to carry each other's peckle, that's when we're out. I think like part of the check-ins type of thing is like carrying each other's peckle. Like everybody's holding, it's becoming one. So all of a sudden there's just going to be one block that we're just going to move out from. Can you see that, what I just tried to do?
Yeah, so like one.
Like beach sand, like clay out and then the shape stays and then it's just going to crumble. That's Yibala Movis al-Netzach, and it's happening now across the board, everywhere. So, okay. As a koyach l'tzam tzmachaz v'ruchas anish pa meruach piv la'astira shloi batel guf haniver b'mtzias. In order for the guf haniver shouldn't be batel b'mtzias. There's no single niver that can understand this. So I had this discussion today with my chavrusa, and I'm like, what does it mean? So we'll see, because the Alter Rebbe, sometimes he leads on like that, and then he just exposes it in a way. So we'll see. The same thing where he says, don't do Allah Samidas, tzaddik, and then he says, Amach Kulam Tzaddikim. Yeah? So, we're going to find the line where he's going to say we could. In other words, we are a creation from ayin to yesh. The simplest way to explain it is that ayin means above time and space. Yesh is in time and space, where you start taking up space. Okay, it's called malchus. I want you to understand where your pain is coming from, so you can tune into it. So you don't do false idols in your head, God forbid, that it's something else, because anything that we are believing in, other than Amunah, is straight up with Zara. Okay? But we're in Galus. That's what it is. But still, wake up. The tzimtzum and the hester, the part that makes us show up, that we can live in separation, which is a tzimtzum, because really, if there was light, you would be exposed that we're all in oneness. But here we're in tzimtzum, in separation, which is the day-to-day struggle and all that. Time is slowing down. That is the keli, and it's mechasa on the oil. Just like a kli is mechasa, so too the oil is the keli is mechasa on the oil. Hashafai, v'akelim henan oises sharshan, sharshan hey oises mansepach, shan hey gevuras. There's the memnin tzadik pei the langechav, which is the gevuras that comes out from the throat, and that is the reason you can taste food. We learned this in the Maimah from the Tzemach Tzedek, I think last year, because it's not a year before. So the reason you can taste food, what gives you the taste of sweetness and salt? That's chachma. That's what chachma looks like in your throat. Okay, the chachma is where that comes from. Shan hey gevuris mechalkas mafrius ahevel v'akoil b'heimatus apeh. From the 5 expressions from the mouth, leshavas chovdes oises. Okay, shorashir batzina de kardanisa. It's the light and the darkness. Shi gevura ilah the atik yaman. So there's massive gevuras, which is dark. We live in the darkness right now. You're dark. When you're in a struggle, you're in the dark. When you're in a spin, you're in the dark. You're in gevuras. That's what gevuras look like in Olam Asiyah. Up there, it's choshech, wild. It's wild, right? Tzadikim far the Yom gebrand. It was Mach 5, right? They were in a ceremony for a month. Intense, super intense. You can't put sharanglos, because if you throw them off, you can have a k'bayda without out of control. It's right there. Nobody distract and don't question. It's that in it. Yeah. That's why they go as I got in the Rov Datmans and a Mamtik Dinim for Kladishul. They sit up there and whatever they do, avoid and Mesikas, they keep processing constant prayer, constant filling. Now again, the shorish of all this is chasadim, because he wants us to see him. He's all chesed. So the shorish behind every push that you're feeling, every burn that you're experiencing in your gevuras, is what's behind it is a chesed. That's why we do it. Where's your pain? Okay, go right in there. What's behind it? What's pushing it? And then from there, first the way. Fine. We get into that. We feel it. Now that you can trust your feeling, you feel it. And then you can find the letters for it. Or you don't need letters. The Rebbe says if you go into Nin Shara Bina, that's where Yovel is, and there's Cheres over there. In the 48 levels, when I'm still spinning, how does it make sense? How do I do this? But if this is not happening and that's not happening, all cheshbonis, you're still making cheshbonis. So if you're making cheshbonis, you're going to be processing the light in cheshbonis. That's how you're going to be processing. But if you tap into the 50, to Nin, Cheres, no questions. We're training how to do that, so you don't become irresponsible. It has to be grounded. That's why we have, getting up on time, certain things, davening, negel wasser, all that stuff that is, putting on the film, even if it's for whatever time it is, just be present with it to ground you.
Question.
What?
Ask a question.
Yes.
It sounds like, to me, it has a contradiction. Torah is learning Torah, meaning in general, halachas, gemara. Everything over there sounds to me like cheshbonis, like Yom Tichon, Mishkati, Eid, Shabbos, Yom HaShul. Like the whole Torah is only cheshbonis versus this kind of Torah, which is, in a way, it's a relief. Like stuff it's okay, everything's fine, yichid. But how do these two connect? Like, is Torah? I know cheshbonis is not good, but alles was mir redt darin Torah, alles was mein Torah. Das ist Twill. It's got to be on the
All right, so listen, let's do now. So the Vart Lazoi, time is precious. So the Vart Lazoi, time. Yes, so listen to this. First of all, Chaz v'Chalila, it goes hand in hand. Okay, that's why we need Kabbalah Zohar, that's why we need Bittul to follow a program. But that's why this is Toledas Mashiach. This is Efer Parah. That's what I've been telling you. When are we going to tap into Mashiach consciousness? When your well inside is going to be open, which is Torah. This Torah is Chassidus. Because what this does is it opens up your head to a whole different way of thinking. Then you go back to that and learn a Shikul Gemur and see what happens. When you start seeing like, whoa, those guys do for energy. Then take all your experiences and put it into the Torah. We're just using these as tools. They have their medicine, we have Yamashka medicine, whatever that is. Alright? Using the tools to enter in, to step in. Open up the letters. We are letters. We are oisius. Chuv beis oisius atayah. Chuv beis oisius. And that's how we communicate. Everything is in the letters. Shouldn't even see that. Okay, fine. This is. Yeah. Ansbach. Came from the. Yes. Yes. This is no, this is Cha. Aleph, Ches, I. Yeah, that's where the taste comes. That's the Chachma. Mansapach is from the lip. Mem. Yeah. So it's on.
The endus. Naspach is the endus.
Yeah. What?
Naspach are the endus.
Yeah, the words. Yes. Mem, all close ones. Okay. What?
All senses of what
This sense in the throat, which divides the taste, that's from Chachma.
Can I ask one question? So the right side is Chachma, right? It's also your intuition. Yes?
No. Not from Chachma. Intuition is a sixth sense. It's more das. Intuition is more das.
The left side?
Chachma is not intuition. Chachma is too serious for intuition. Yeah, Chachma he's rigid. He's like this. He has no intuition. You ask him a question, he'll give you an answer.
So what is it?
Intuition is not gathering. Intuition is more takistic. It's more a feel. It's more a gut feeling. All your senses get into play. With the feathers.
But intuition
Yeah,
come,
okay.
Intuition can come from it.
Okay. What? Intuition can come?
Okay, but but it comes through Chachma, no?
No, you have Chachma's on the right side, Binah's on the left side.
Yeah.
Everything goes from Chachma goes to Binah. It goes this way down. It goes the other way up too, through Das, from the back, and that goes up to Keser, but it goes from this way. It goes from Chachma to Binah. Train elam esparshim, but really the message goes into rather to Binah rather than
So which side do you have to tune into, the right side or the left side?
For what?
for everything, for your what you want to do.
Every time it pulls you in a different way.
Exactly. All right, we'll do the classroom. You wanna speak on the papers? Huh?
זה בסדר, כי זה תדרה.
Siftar Liboyi Beyoiraiso Yo yo Hey Raivagodama Siftar Liboyi Beyoiraiso Sashlim Mishalim Deliboyi Velibo the Cholamo Yisroel the Tav the Chayim What's fear?
Fear of the future.
Still have fear of the future?
There is no future.
That's what I'm focusing on.
The response to that is there a future? I'm saying, what's the fear of the future? No, that's not.
Exactly what I have.
No, that's not where I was going with it. I was going with it to. In the future, there's a lot of fear in the future.
Depends which way you look at it. If you look at it, there is a future and I'm there already, or it's a future, it doesn't exist. It depends which way you look at it.
Yeah,
Right.
so the future, of course, it exists, but what do you have? What
But
This is
the
point
fear?
I'm
The
worried
fear
about.
what's the fear now of the
Last
future? It's anyways unpredictable. Where is the fear gonna take you?
What-
The
I don't
future.
know if anyone else got it there. I'm not sure if it got disconnected or not.
What?
for him, at the first glance, it looked like it was a future, and I'm there already. From your response, it looks like that it was never a future. There was no question.
No, but that wasn't. I want to correct what I was saying. That's not what I was saying. I was actually saying that you know that you can't. Yeah, in the future there is fear. Thank you. That's what we're doing. We're trying to figure out how to deal in the present moment with the future.
Future, there's fear.
Of course, there's fear.
If you're present, is there fear, can there be fear of the future?
No,
Why is there fear of the future?
That's what I said.
because it's unknown, and also because the future is a lie. So the future tells you to you need more. You have to make sure you're living constantly in fear. You're living in chasing. You're always chasing something. You never have peace. You never have peace. But really, all it is, it's the Rutzen Aboyre, the Rutzen of Creator. He's his drive through us and in us.
You're saying the definition of future is fear.
It's interesting because everybody has the same feeling, but for everybody it's something else. The feeling
Yes,
is the same.
yeah. So it is.
Fear, the ego. The
It's
vision,
just
and
pushing. It's pushing. There's a force that keeps pushing, and there's also a force that keeps pulling. And we're stuck somewhere in the middle over there, and it keeps like a Flintstone. Its fear is not knowing, like before the you ever saw the bird that shake it out, the wings? Yeah, that's what fear is. It's pent up energy, not knowing.
Nobody knows. Everybody's in fear.
Most people live in, or only if you're connected. If you're connected to this, then there is no
And
fear.
It doesn't do anything to you. Everybody
What?
has the same fear. The question is, what does it do to you? How much are you connected to it?
If
They
you,
don't fear because nobody knows what's going to be.
correct, but you have the fear and you're stuck in your head with it. Most people are stuck in the head
But
Because they're uncomfortable.
because they don't know how to process.
But the answer, he's asking a question, but the answer is really, there's no answer to it. Everybody has a different answer. So what's meint is, ich ga jetzt so eine Empfehl, geht es an eine Empfehl von jetzt.
Correct, but it's still, you have to give, you're right, but so go back, so the answer is that the fear is just waiting for you to step into it. Maar by asking him,
Solange er nog praten damit.
yeah, but by asking him where his fear is and what he thinks, you can release him from there. Because until now, to him, your fear, like he doesn't relate to that.
Right. One person is there already because he sees it from this side.
Yes. Okay. No. One person's there already.
That's it for now.
Okay. So
I have to get you now.
no, it's good, it's good.
Can't respond right away.
Okay. All right. So we are going into the Maimer of Shabbos. We're going to start here. I'm following some sort of a mahalach from Chassidus Maveres, but he starts with another Maimer, but we're going to go into this. So the first thing is, the first akdama is that we need to know that there is Ava and Yireh. The way this machine works, in order, if you want to tap in, you got to tap into the first two keys. The keys are, the mafteches are Ava and Yireh. Let me read it from inside. Okay. Hine ksif ein Hashem al Yirev, ksif ein Hashem al Tzadikim. Ve'in in Yuvan, ki hine ha-Torah nikras mafteches ha-pnimis. This is important for us because everybody here is going to invest all types of money in exchanges to find self-help and self-growth, to finding a place of peace and oneness and connection and love. Here, it's right here. This is the most powerful ideas. This is where it's all coming from. The enlightenment started by the Baal Shem Tov. So everything is coming from here. Now we have the tools, we know what he's saying. He's talking to the Nefesh. He's telling you like this, the key. This is the Alter Rebbe, but from a different Maimer.
Or nine will say the same thing.
They're all the same, yeah, they all say the same thing. The Torah is called the Mafteches Pnimis. When you learn Torah, it opens up your inside. But then, I can still be learning Torah and not connecting to it. So, and Yira is called Mafteches HaChatzonis. This is the outside key that's going to open up. Amr Shabbos, Amr Shabbos Lamed Beis, Kol Mi Sheyesh B'Torah Ve'en Bo Yiras Shemayim. Whoever Vesal Torah Not Yiras Shemayim Doimele Giz B'Shmasi Lidu Mafteches is geglichen to a Gabe that he has the Mafteches HaPnimis. In Mafteches HaChatzonis Le Masi Le Yoda. He has all the keys inside, but he can't get into the building. Very nice. It's comical. Ibir in zijn hinne noode in een mitzvahs der Ramach bekiden in een Ramach even de Malka. De 613 no. In mitzvahs der Ramach bekiden in de mitzvah say 248 bekiden is der Ramach even de Malka. The 248 mitzvahs of Asay is connecting to Boire's hands, so to speak, but again, only from starting from Atzilus. Above that, it's just he created a world for us, for this type of thing to process. So I'll stop right here. The main thing that I wanted to say is that the ikr is yira. First, you need to have yira. There's yira tata, and then there's yira elah. Yira tata is that I'm accepting, I'm surrendering, I'm accepting Kabbalah Zohar, or I have fear of my, I'm going to do this, so I'll have more money. If I do A, B, and C, I'm going to be more successful. If I do that, I'm going to get caught. Then it's going to be embarrassing. So this is still called yira tata. You have to start somewhere. You must start somewhere, because if you start here and you didn't close the bottom, it's not properly grounded. You have to connect with the oisius. We are letters in Zemer Aleph Weisz. Oisius iris, we're the bottom. So we need to start from the small. That's why we're dealing with little minute things. We're dealing with kleine Zachen because we are the small letters. This is how we process. But at the same time, because we are dealing with the small letters, when there's going to be an Isgalus, when it's going to be revealed, we're going to see an Eibishter in a way that the person in Koilel can't see him this way. You can only see him in the Gemara. You will be able to see him. You are seeing him in your sandwich or your work all day long. You're in touch with it. And then there is bigger aliyahs from that. So the first thing is yira. And then comes yira elah, where you're able to be, as the Alter Rebbe says in Tani, it's not easy to be mizbanen, that it's going to come up right here. To be mizbanen that there's one Eibishter and we are nothing. I have everything that I am is completely surrendered, jumping out of the plane, completely surrendered to a higher kodesh that is beaming right at you, has a trigger on your back, on your das, triggering you, and is living, manifesting through you. That is Yireh Elah. You're not turning on the light on Shabbos because something is going to happen. Nothing is going to happen to you. All that's going to happen is that if your temperature of flow was 10, you just dropped to 9. Depending on what you did, it may have dropped to 5. God forbid. And that's what happens when we start spinning. Dropped in altitude, the temperature is hot. There's not enough light. Or you're ready for an upgrade. So you are being pushed into a corner to make you aware that you're getting too comfortable and it's time to upgrade. So you use that opportunity, and you take a leap of faith. You hop over 10 levels and you just jump right into it. Because you're not a chocham. You don't need to understand, because you have the Kabbalah soil. And you're not sitting, you're learning 8 hours a day. So that's not your job. Your job is to you have the koyach to be a soldier, just jump into it. That is the Yireh Elah. That I'm in touch, I understand that nothing is happening when my day is not going the way I want it to go. Nothing because I did this, go straight to the top. Where can you add more light? And Shabbos is the Makoyer HaBracha. If you tap into Shabbos, if you do Shabbos, you understand this is where it's Kedusha Shabbos. You're tapping into a burning, it's like an Amid Aish, like a Vasa light, and it's strong. But because Shabbos Imiluzik, Shabbos Imiluzik, it's Shabbos Malkus, it's warm, so it's beautiful. It's Onik Shabbos. Onik Shabbos is the highest. Onik is the highest level. Tainuk. It's the highest level. That's Atik, Keser, and Atik.
Now you want to hear my answer?
On to what question?
The question you asked before.
No. Yeah, I want to hear the question. Yeah. You were still getting even. Okay, go ahead. Yeah. I'm sorry. No. Want to go?
Yeah. Yeah.
No.
So a thought came into my mind that we're so busy with the teaching, we never step into the actual learning.
No.
If we focus on the teaching part, and there's questions here, there's questions. If we focus on the learning part, now we're actually doing it. That's what I heard you say before.
Yes. Yeah. I release myself, which means that I'm not here to prove you right, and you're not here to prove me wrong. At this point, it's go. You have the message.
So that alone is the message.
Which is, just go. Step into it. 100%. Just go. Jump off the cliff. Do adventure. If you want to do something exciting, you want to create something, you want to build something, go for it. Go for it. Jump into it. Of course, into positive only. I mean, it has to make sense. But we're talking here closely now. That's the idea. Yes. Don't. It's not. Oh, but if it doesn't work, then you're not doing it. Then it's on you. Because if you do it, then it has to work.
When it doesn't work, then you have to think that alone doesn't work as also.
That too, and then do you really need that? Because maybe if you were pushing from your gut, then you can't fail.
Yeah, at that point you can measure where.
Because clearly it's not that important to you. So yeah, but also maybe you're still not aligned with your gut feeling. So then again, the same spiel. Right? In other words, if it doesn't work, then I'm not doing something right. Because if I ask for a glass of water, nice enough, then I will receive it. Do you wanna be treated equal or different? You want to be treated different or equal?
Equal.
Okay. So, presence. Spinning it around is now why? Just so you understand, because in case you're deciding about a follow through. So the reason being is because if I'm present throughout the day, then I don't get caught up in a spin. I see it coming. I see immediately that I just walked into this conversation and I'm starting to get upset. I'm starting to get angry. And not an hour later I find myself now already screamed at my friend, my wife, my kid, and I'm in a whole spin and I'm already, it's done. But rather I see it immediately because I'm mindful. I'm aware of what's going on. Okay. Yep. Shabbos in Melizik is because technically. What's that? Oh, I thought you asked me. Shabbos in Melizik is it Shabbos Moshe?
Cham.
Wow.
Melizik is one word.
No, Shabbos. Shabbos is a shin. Mem is Melizik. And you want? Shabbos he. Nein, Shabbos he.
Shabbos he Melizik.
He Melizik. Als we ook te wegnemen de waar. Dat is binnen eens. Fine, I'm good. Thank you. Yeah, laat maar gewoon gaan. Alright. So, gaan we eraan aan Shabbos. Vast naar Shabbos eraan. So lining up with Shabbos. Shabbos is the Amid Eish, can bring fire because there's fire from up above. Any other fire is Eish Zara. That's why you're not allowed to light a fire on Shabbos, because Shabbos we are in the fire, we're in Atzilus. We're in Malchus Atzilus, we get elevated, and then by Mincha time we go up to Kesef, Ravi Deraivin, which is Atik, and that's why you're probably experiencing a heaviness around that time. The reason you're experiencing this heaviness, which sometimes carries through all the way into Sunday, I think those days are gone. It's still there. You guys still have it till Sunday? Monday also? Okay. So what's happening? Tuesday you're pushing it. Now you're in your head. Now you're in your head. So Tuesday is So what happens is that as we go into, we get raised into a whole different, a very intense consciousness. The body doesn't know how to process it. So we start experiencing anxiety, like down and don't know how to deal with it. Depressed. So what you want to do at that time is, it's a time of achdus. You get together with a couple of chevra, and you sing neginim, or you learn something. Some people, they wash. In Chabad, they don't wash. They learn a maimer. I think some do wash, eat fruits, whatever it is. But the Rebbe used to not wash. I think they learn a maimer. Fine, whatever that means. Just sharing my situation. Okay, ready? The Rebbe is do? Okay. Hine, koinish is ba befrat de Indian beginnes madreges ateur tzarach levai klolos in the beginnes Shabbos mahu. We have to first understand what is this Shabbos. Okay. Shesamchi in the lemlechas hamishkan hem betziv yakosh bachal Moshe Rabbeinu olav shalom hem betziv Moshe leIsrael miskir gimel dvarim elo yiriz vekelim the mishkan v'Shabbos rak Moshe Rabbeinu higdem b'Shabbos v'shin aseh dekadalel. Okay. V'hine yidua Masha Amar Azal Shabbos and Tosa b'chal lechet lechet Yisrael neshama yisera. Shabbos, every single yid receives an neshama yisera. It means another neshama. You receive another generator, another light. V'lechoyre ain't a movement. Ma in a neshama yisera. See, the fun thing about Chassidus is they're asking the questions that if you asked, or they roll their eyes like you can't understand it. That's what pulled me into Chassidus, because every question I ever asked that I got the eyes rolled, I was asking the question. He's like, what are you talking about? Neshama Yisera? Ma in Neshama Yisera. Hello, en niks benefesh Adam. I don't feel anything. You don't feel anything. Toises Cheisa b'Shabbos Yoshim b'Chol HaShua. You don't feel anything different. Okay? But it's a trick question. Of course you do. It's going to align you with what you're supposed to be feeling. So then you know where to surrender to. When you feel that pressure by Shalosh Shudas, you know where to go. Because it's a trigger. Step into your confidence, step into your assurance that everything is okay, and then go up. The Hinik Siv, the Parsha Shoshana, the Kriya Shema, sie steht in der ersten Parsha von Kriya Shema. Shema Yisrael, Shem Elokeinu Hashem Echad, ve'ahavata b'chol avavecha. Pirish, she'ahava zu nolde v'nimshcha min ha'izboinus b'gdalas yizbarach eich sha'avai echad. After you say Shema Yisrael, Shem Elokeinu Hashem Echad, which is one of the most powerful and sought after sayings that we have, Shema Yisrael. And after this, it says, after I give myself over, then it says ve'ahavta right after. Why? Because this ava, this love that we're talking about, this alignment that we're talking about, you can only step into that after when you is born that there's only one Eibishter. Which means, for us simple people, Shema Yisrael Shem Elokeinu Hashem Echad, my whole existence, all my thoughts, my whole stretch, my shortcomings, my fears, everything is echad. It's all one. That is, and if it's hard for you to surrender that it's all okay and it's all part of Eibishter, that is Mesiras Nefesh. Okay? Right? But because that's Mesiras Nefesh, there's no more fire anymore. So what are we doing? What's Mesiras Nefesh? That pull with the hus that you want to stay in your Verdreitkeit, be Moiser Nefesh and say Hashem Echad, it's all one. Feel it in your gut, feel it in your brain, feel it in your heart, it's all one. I have nothing to worry about. And that shatters everything.
Takes you out.
What?
Because that takes you out.
That breaks everything. It breaks everything. And then when you come back, the Alter Rebbe, according to the Alter Rebbe, when we finish davening, you should be such fire.
Coming back alone is because of the fire.
Yes.
To get pulled out.
Correct. Yes, and the Alter Rebbe goes even further. He's by the Chassidim, after they finished davening, they went to learn, because you're in such fire then that if you walk out on the street, your taivas are burning. It's like it's dangerous. It's dangerous. Like stay and learn something immediately. So that's the level that we can reach when we're talking about levels of reaching. It's not foreign to reach levels of a complete oneness and ecstasy. All right, it's not foreign. He's talking about it right here. It's allowed. He gives permission to go into his abundance and to completely surrender to the experience. Okay, it's not
So
just
you don't stay there?
what.
You don't stay there?
No, because we already have now, the Eibishter told Moshe, put the Levium, tell the Bnei Yahan, and the Nadav and Avihu, got lost there. Okay? They got lost. I want to watch my words, because they
No,
were...
I meant the opposite.
After they went all the way, he said, you put the Shomrim around the fire. Below Yemisu. Why? And we spoke about this. What is...
While being alive, can you stay there?
What do you mean being alive? You're alive right now, aren't you?
Right.
Okay. Do you have moments that you're there? Do you have moments that you're there?
Yeah, I want to be there all the time.
Okay, so it's a process, but we have to integrate properly. In other words, we have to bring everything. You have to bring it into Lamata Masarat Tvachim through your life experience.
That's why Shema Yisrael is Chidelu and Baruch Hashem.
So then you say Baruch Shem Kavod Machus Eloi Levad, which is thank you for giving me the mouth that I can express it. Otherwise, I would be nichlul in the experience. I would be taka one and one. So I have the malchus is pulling me down. That is the gevurus, that is the tzimtzum, and that's the pain that you're experiencing. But you just need to align, and instead of pain in my what's going to be in my future, understand I'm in a massive gravitational pull. I'm in gevurus, I'm in tzimtzum right now, because if not for this pulling my face, I wouldn't be here. I would fly into oneness, echad. I wanted to make another point. We're in the middle of something. Shema is Pasha Shana Kriya Shema. Okay, Mesiris Nefesh. Going into oneness. Now, Mesiris Nefesh is pulling myself out from, even though it's hard for me to surrender and say, I want to stay in my victimhood and I want to stay in my spin, even so, even so I'm surrendering. That it's all Eibishter. But what?
It's interesting when you say the word, each one has, and you mentioned what you want.
No, go. Each one what?
Each person is separate. It's different.
No.
This one's with
No, everybody has their echad. Everybody has the Mesiris Nefesh moment, because we are giving Nachash up there.
Where is this Mesiris Nefesh?
Mesiris Nefesh is that I'm saying that I'm not staying in my dying, as I say it's all Eibishter. I surrender. It's all one. Alles is eins. The whole thing is a spiel. I'm just here in a movie. And that moment
So
of recognition.
You're saying it proudly that that's Mesiris Nefesh.
No,
right?
yes.
What is it? Wow,
No.
Mesiris Nefesh, they come on, yeah, clash your hand.
Yeah, but
But
yeah.
when I'm looking at it, that's Mesiris Nefesh. Why should I be Mesiris Nefesh?
Good. Fine.
Why should I even be in the position to have Mesiris Nefesh?
Because we're still not done with the beer. There's still a
But
part of me.
It's not called Mesiris Nefesh. It's called
Yeah, it's called.
being in the beer, feel it.
It's
And
called.
when you know, if you don't feel it, pull and squeeze, you know, you're there.
Okay, so that's a Mesiris Nefesh moment. For you to take this animal, this behemoth, that is so worried about everything, and he must be in control, and he has to hold on to everything, because if not, what's going to be? And to surrender, that's Mesiris Nefesh. On a whole different level.
But I'm surrendered.
No. But it's still keep every day. There's a new process. Until okay. So if you then if you're there,
the
you're
minute
there.
you start thinking maybe it's a new process, then
So if you
feel it already.
if you're there, you're there. If it good, I'm not knocking it good. There's moments that we can hold on to it. Good. You may question yourself and say like, what can it be that I am there? To a certain level, you're there.
So
You're
the
present.
question alone.
What's
being
that?
Able to, the question alone is not in space.
No, you're allowed to question because you're not questioning. It's that lower consciousness that's questioning. You are very clear where you need to be. Otherwise, you would fall down fall in your face. You know, I got this. I'm just in a spin right now. So the question is very, very applicable because it's a ratzav v'shuv. It's grounding you back into the Welt, and then you're elevating that to. And these are all that is said last week in the Moed Naim. These are all fallen shamas.
So there's one way to express the question is by words, and there's another way to express the question.
No.
It's some people don't need that, don't need to speak.
Okay. Good. Everybody has their expression. Every instrument has their tone. Yeah, not everybody expresses the same way. Some people, the problem that you have, like you said before, everybody has a different way, a place that they're stuck in. All right. You're choosing to surrender.
When you're in the moment of everything is wrong, it's all on grace, it's Hashem, leading me. Where do I come in the picture? Where I don't? How can you give it some words? What does it mean? When you're in a moment of connection, everything is one way.
Yeah.
So what's my choice then? Once I'm letting go, I know Hashem is everything.
So that's exactly what Das is meant to do. Das is meant for me to connect, to be there. That you were just boicher, you clicked in and you keep choosing and now you're going forward with this Das alien.
Hold it, that's the key to keep on holding for that space.
Yeah, well, you can step out of it, but that gives you you're using your Das now to maneuver. It's a skashers, it's chabers, yes. I'm constantly in understanding that I'm in oneness.
Is the year Allah Shvis Hashem and Agasamet?
Yes.
How can this be transferred from a feeling to an awareness?
By moich shalat alalev. I feel in my heart and right away I activate my moich. What am I feeling? I'm mindful. That's when you activate the Nesher. Nesher is on top of his game. He's always on top of his game.
Until you don't stop feeling, you don't get it.
There's different levels of feeling. There's a level of feeling by not feeling. Fully connected and disconnected. Pfeil soll brennen, a Ruach soll nicht gehen, das kann nur a Chussid allein. So where's the Chussid? Beruhig dich. Yeah, that's a Chussid. A Chussid is mastery. That's what they're asking of us. That's why if you want to be in Yechidah, there can be a sliver of fat. Of course, we're talking clueless, don't be so scared. Right? But for that, we can go anywhere. If you want the boot camp, this is the reality. There can be a sliver of fat. Okay, weiter. I also want to... I don't know if you wanted to be on the thing. I don't know. Okay. My inner neshama. Okay. You guys are still with me? Am I still with you? Okay. I depends. Questions. I want to know if I'm being held. Thank you. Okay. Perish Avos in Nolde Venim Shechemana is bonus. What's that? Shahavas in Nolde Venim Shechemana is bonus. Bigdilas is Baruch Ech Shavai Echad. So this is yeah. It finishes off the piece with that too. But I think that's exactly what we just said. Moich Shalat 11. We're not talking here about. Listen to this, Maya. We're not talking about. He just points out exactly what we just said. He's not talking about a ava that I'm feeling in my heart. Eredu van ava that's noiled v'nim shechamana his burden is big delose. You're sitting there and you have it in your head. It's not just a jolly feeling, excitement where I'm in love. I love everything on channel. No. It's like this is rigid. This is from the Nesher. This is very precise. And that is once you're connected from that place, there is no disconnection anymore. Because as long as you're still in the heart, you can have a good, powerful experience, but it's not there anymore. It goes away. Once I leave Rosh Hashanah, and it was the Chesed with the fire, there's nothing left. So they avos meredav in nul de v'nim shechel menayis bonanis. Kamam Razal tamlichei b'shamayim v'aretz v'dal deruchas ha'olam. Bakenigmach in Himmel and in Erd v'dal deruchas. So this is Echad. Als de 4, van hem 6 en nog een meegaat. Ja, was ik het gezegd? Oké. We gaan naar Shazé moeder aches waar dal op de echad. has to do Achesu beginnen zayin rikim, the zim himlen, zim levels of whatever zim himlen. We'll leave it at that. Va'uret, va'dalat hu dalat drichas ha'olam shem b'terim leichud yisbarach. Hamenu is ba'ois aleph. Listen to this. Huh? I'm sorry. What? Yeah, I'm learning that one. Yeah, I'm learning that one.
No, but law school. Learning my law school.
No, we're in Balos Kalena Vayaka. What? Parts of Balos, yeah. Yeah, somebody good. It's 4 years. By the way, there's many times I do the pieces and I'm like, we're not doing this part, and I'm like, no. I was going to get alles verstehen. Man lernt jede Stickel. Right? So paranoia.
I was on the same page with you, but
Okay.
Guanish?
No, yeah, even if you think that there's sometimes what's in the guy, like Malat Nishtos. Okay, so Amarum is Weisz Aleph. Alright, you with me, Moshe?
yes.
Okay. Amarum is Weisz Aleph. So the word is Azoi. The Zayin Rikim, the Dal Drichis Oilam. Alles is bottled. Every experience that you're experiencing, every experience that you are going through, every pull, every push, is bottled to Alufa Sha'olam. What does that mean, bottled to Alufa Sha'olam? Everything starts from the Aleph. Remember that behind every pain, you go back. The Gavur, there's a Chesed, there's Chasadim that's pushing it. Okay? So you going back, when you say Shema Hashem Hashem Echad, you're completely surrendered, Mesiris Nefesh. It hurts for me to let go. Going into Echad, going into the Aleph, Alufa Sha'olam, which is Cheres, which is the place that I don't ask any questions. Which means, you know what, let's ground this once and for all. I don't ask any questions means as follows.
There is no question.
No. I'm looking at something else. There's no questions means as follows. Of course you're asking questions. The Meraglim went to Etzisrul, and then the Yeshia sent also Meraglim. You're not asking questions, Finn, challenging it. You're asking questions on how to go more powerful. It's a whole different ballgame. I'm not playing in Das Tachten.
Technical questions.
Figure out how am I going to do it. But your problem is not like my insecurity, if I'm going to be seeing, not seeing, or I'm afraid. No, that's not the cheshbon. The cheshbon is how do I drill right through there? What do I need to do together? Only the yes, only the positive. That is tapping into the Aleph. Gedula is chesed, is chasadim. Why is Gedula chasadim? Because I have to be very big to be able to tolerate somebody smaller. In other words, if I am a millionaire, then I'm threatened by giving somebody too much power that he may outdo me.
You have to be big to take on something bigger than you.
Exactly.
Not small.
Exactly. So in other words, I have to be very big. He's so big that everything that's going on in Welt is like, nothing. It shows his power. It shows how the chasadim. No, I'm sorry, it's not the power. Gedula is the chasadim. It shows massive chasadim, because no matter how much you're going to be pulling, I'm giving you more chasadim. I give you more chasadim. It keeps pumping. And they're all makabel chayes from Shem Kavod Malchusay, which is Malchus, Peh. Well, this Boyden is. I wonder why I said Peh. Okay, Shem Kavod Malchusay. Malchus, Welt. I don't know, take back the Peh. Because this is all Peh, but I don't think that is the Nekudah. Adei his Boyden is Zu, Yavoi, Lebechinas Vahafta B'chol Avavcha. Through this is Boyden is, you're going to get to a point of being one, geeinzig mit one is. The Zbun is that he's everything and everything is it, and you're surrendering to that. He's going to say it again, we're going to keep going. Aderech Mashal Mashvatim Liyankiv, Kshem She'en Belibcha Ela Echad, Kach Ein Belabena Ela Echad. Perish. Bei Yaakov gefragt the breeder, the Shvatim, he asked him, Shmas Hashem Elken Hashem Echad. He asked him the question, he said, Geshem She'en Belibcha Ela Echad, Kach Ein Belabena Ela Echad, Perish, Geshem She'en Belibcha Ela Echad, Geshash Yaakov Hoy Gvoyim Oed Nala, Shebechinas Makav Mamash Lechida V'Achlis Yisbarach. Yaakov Avini was one. Was one. Teferes in well balance. Kach ein blabene el echad. Af shanacht lamata ba'alma de broeder af bekend al der bittel ratsen like viele sitrachas shlo yachos v'shim chayfetz ba'olam zurus Hashem lavada nasram gank en lavechet lavim shebashamayim. V'haine ratsen echad pashet at the core balev shlo yachos v'shim chayfetz ba'olam zurus l'chol lavadi. Lakach ein blabene el echad bavad. Agam shanacht lamata nasram lamata echad k'moy lamala ba'atzilus shasham u'bechinas
Again, shanacht lamata.
Stop it. Again, Shem shanacht lamata. Echad kamoy lamayla. 1 second. In other words, they're saying like this. Yes, I'm here in the Olam HaNifrit. I'm here in separation. I'm in a place of where it's almost not possible. But they had Kabbalah's oil. They surrendered to the fact that just the way they latched onto that. I know where I wanted to go. I wanted to go to the Levium. The Levium that were guarding the Beis Hamikdash. That's why you have to stay present. You ask if you can get lost. No, because Kabbalah's oil is surrendering to the Rebbe, to a Rebbe. So you have before a Rebbe, what's your image of a higher authority? What's the image of a Heiligkeit? The Rachman writes, "Be mekashes kashes mit the Rebbe, kashes mit the Torah, kashes." What's your image? If you have no Torah, if you have nothing, then image not Chalila Pesel, but image as in like, what am I going for? What am I striving for? I have 10 buildings, 20 buildings, 30 buildings for, and then Lord pop everything. What's the avodah? Where do you want to get to? You're stepping into the work. What am I looking for? What am I? What's the picture? Where do you want to get to? Nishtam, uncontrolled. It takes a minute to chap how to search for it. Yeah, follow? Okay.
So what was before that?
But before that, by Nadav and Avihu, there was just, it's oil. There was just light. They went all the way. They went all the way with it. But by now they set up the Shemrim, so we have some. We know what you're searching for. So we're searching for well-being. You're searching for your. So
we're channeling through them.
Yeah, of course, yeah, through your Rebbe. Whatever it is, it's kashas. Ribman said, you have something that's your kodesh kodeshim that you're.
So he process like what? So what is he doing? If you connect it to him, like what does he do?
I'm not doing that right now. Okay. So, fine. Then it's inside, it's in your heart, it's built in. You have this, the belief system, you have your desire, you have your connection, it's inside. Whatever you're searching for, it's inside. The core belief. Yeah, go ahead.
Was der Schlutem gedacht sind für Yankov? Was muss ich gedacht ausschmissen, die ganze Sache? Gesucht das Approval über. After Nachman Lamata, after became, it's like, excuse? So was it then do as a klein, and doch then it's connected with dich?
Because there could have been a Havim in it that they were in way more in Malchus, they were more in separation. And Almud the Pruda. So he let him know that they responded with the same code as like in the Medu, but we have it echad. I did see it, and he asked that question in Chassidus there, so I think that's the answer he gives, and I'll check it again. He asked exactly that question.
But the echad is coming from Yankov, right? Not from the
The echad is coming from Yankov, yeah. Shem Shem Ein B'Leben El Echad. What's the lashon over there in Vaychi? When they answered,
he says Shema Yisrael Hashem L'Kein Hashem.
And they said Baruch Hashem. Okay, so that's
so the mother said, Shem Shem B'Lebeinu Echad.
Yes.
B'Libcho Kachem B'Lebeinu. So, Yankov is so high, Gevoi Moed Malo. I meant to say, the more guys again, ich will come to Zan Echad. It's given a discussion between Yankel and the Shlutim, right? Such a guilt.
No, they were Makashat. They went to, they latched onto it. So Kashem She'em Ben Elechet, Kashem Em Belebecha Elechet. We too are connected to one. There's complete, and this is what he says it before. Even though we are here in Alma de Pruda, Alpha Peken, Al Yedei Habit L'Ratzen, through Mavatal Zamaratzen, like Fila Sitra Achle, to surrender, to hold back, to say no, having Mesiris Nefesh, Shelo Yachvetz B'Shim Chefetz Bo'elim. I don't want to hold on to any Chefetz Bo'elim. Chefetz means not Chafetzim, as in like gold and silver, but Chafetzim is that my ego trips that I'm holding on to. What? One's roots and also my blockages, my story. I don't want to surrender from my story. I'm holding on to my victim story. Only to Hashem, Zilus Hashem Levada. Nasem Gam Ken Lav Echad, Lavim Shema Shemaim. Dahaina Ratzon Echad Pashut. The simple desire. Now, the reason I felt like not oshmizing it, and is because we're talking here about his boinedness and surrendering to one. I don't know if we have enough oisius for that yet, to surrender to one. Like, we cannot surrender, but do we understand it? What it means to surrender to one. I mean, by Shema, you can kind of like experience it, by Echad, like surrendering. Even my thought and that's blocking it, and even there's also it. Any thought that comes in by Shema, that's also one. That's our level of connecting to one. But anything else he's saying here is, I felt like we should do the mimer, then we can better understand it, because it's just like, okay, tekoa balev, yichir. It means that I'm feeling in my heart that I'm connected, I struggle. Or not, maybe I'm wrong. So give us the oasis. So I want to go I want to do more of the mimers, so we have oasis, and then we can understand, because this is, I asked Ma'am Shpir too, I asked him, halalukas, when we go through all the halalukas, if he's so big, he's so powerful, and I was like, I'm not impressed. I mean, I don't expect anything less from him. Like, what's the big deal? Like, I'm not impressed. Not that I'm not impressed. Like, okay, so you tell me that he's so strong he can lift 1,000 pounds. Okay, I guess so. He's a strong guy. So how am I supposed to be moved by this? What's my bonus here? And he told me, see you in 10 years. It's work.
Go for it.
It's work. It's to get to a point where, I understand that I'm being driven by something, and I'm fully surrendered to the process. I'm fully surrendered to what's going on. It takes a minute. It takes a lot of breaking.
But
a lot
now
of
you
people.
make me think. It's like Moshe gonna question this.
Oh.
Okay, it's big. Okay.
A lot of times the question is the fear.
If he's running the show, like, hello, so this is a big deal, no?
Yeah.
The question is the fear.
What?
The question alone is a fear.
Why would he say?
What it is to stay there and not going into the feeling if you are feeling or not feeling. It's once you're passing that stage of feeling or not feeling that it's
Yes.
down in the line anymore.
The avoida is to
stay
feel,
there.
to be fully expressional in your body. To eat, to sleep, to dance, to laugh, to be intimate with your wife and your children, and then bring that's the avoida, to be fully expressional. And most of us in that place, because it's goals, are triggered by it. And Chabad is the only one that Chabad, the rest of it is like full expression.
So how can we stay there and process that from there?
We're doing that. You're opening up. You're opening up.
So my question is, how can I look at him, listening to his question without him saying it?
Your question is what?
All the midas are going to collapse, and we're going to communicate straight from Malchus to Kesser. Well, Malchus meets Panim with Kesser. That's exactly the Yechida program. When I'm in oneness, I'm not feeling anymore. I'm done feeling. I'm in full process. I'm in full alignment. I'm there. That's the Nesher. The Nesher doesn't flap the wings anymore. He just glides. The Nesher just goes. He knows already. He knows exactly what he needs to do. He knows where it's at.
So, one second. How many years ago did you ask that question? Now you put it into me. I hope you're 8 years away, right? 8 years ago at least? It's the way. 8 years ago, at least.
Oh yeah, Shia.
Maybe 12.
Wow, now you got me.
Maybe 12.
I get the question gerade.
12 years away or 12 years ago?
Ago. When?
We have the answers at least, right?
If I have the answers, we're doing the answer.
Answer is expressible.
No, you have to. It's levels of surrender, levels of edelkeit, levels of cleaning, levels of askafia, levels of ishapcha, levels of letting go, levels of fighting, levels of standing up for what's true, levels of stepping into your fear and saying, I don't care. It's all levels. And then those levels are being tested, and then whatever. And then not every day is a day. Not every day is, are you in full, some days it's not. And that's also a level.
But the levels in that is if you once you let yourself go back to the feeling you are feeling, which way you're feeling, you start. If you got that.
There's levels in that too.
That's like upset.
Some people are meant to feel, and some people are not meant to feel.
If it's explainable.
Yeah.
It's only explainable after you let yourself go there. But if you don't let yourself go there, then there's no explanation for the levels. You give those eyes, you can't explain the level. Because it's no level, it doesn't exist. You can only bring it back into words and explain it once you allow yourself to go back.
Through Torah mitzvahs, you can express it.
But what if when you're saying Torah mitzvahs, that alone, I feel, Torah mitzvahs, no, there's other levels to feel it.
No, it's only the Torah mitzvahs.
But when you're saying it, I feel it. If
Yeah.
I feel it, it's not good. I'm not supposed to feel it.
Of course you're supposed to feel it. Why
No,
not
it's
feel
not
it?
supposed to feel it.
Why not feel
Because
it?
when you're saying Torah mitzvahs, I should go back to, I should go to the same flow as you told me from different things. But when I feel that it takes me out of my flow, I know that Torah mitzvahs, I have a problem with Torah mitzvahs.
You have a problem feeling your Torah mitzvahs?
No, I have a problem. I have a problem that I feel the Torah mitzvahs. I don't have a problem feeling it. I have the problem of thinking about feeling it.
With all the work that one is doing and all the thoughts and the experiences one is having, you're really just a dot in an ocean of endless Ein Sof flow of whatever that is. And then at the same time, Asher Baruch Habanu, he chose us. Now that's another explosion. Because nobody else has levels of expression. When they ask, can they express it in words? Nobody else has this expression. They go into energy and feeling and present mindfulness, nu, machshavma. But we have a Torah. We have a Torah that what's that? Not the connection that you're feeling. They can't. It's the Alter Rebbe. Hold on a second. First thing is Kabbalah. So Alter Rebbe says that when a guy gives tzedakah and he gives tzedakah, it hits two different nerves. Okay, so it takes years sometimes to be like, come on, stop it. Well, you tell me that the goy can't give? The goy? Yes, it says in Tanya, he's giving it for his own negiyas. And if you're going to say Yitaka means, it tells the Alter Rebbe he can't. Even if it means that Chassidim Mas'orim can get to a level, he's getting to a place where he has no bechira. It was just a thing to trigger a yid that has bechira. It's part of the show. It's part of the moving pieces. It's part of the moving. The robots are moving, so the yid that is a mahalach ben ha'omdim can whatever it has to, everybody is holding space for the yid, for this consciousness. Let's just say. So no, he can't reach. In other words, like this.
So when he's connected,
You know, I like giving good mashalom. Everybody, very graphic mashalom. You know when you have a cut, somebody has a cut in the hand, God forbid, a cut. You can touch it, and there's a burn, and then you can touch it, and you got a shock to the brain, like when you go to the dentist. All right, the tooth, but then there's one that's like that goes straight to the brain. The yid goes straight to the brain when he does something. The goy can do it; it's fine, but he doesn't hit the nerve because he's just not from there. Now, to believe that before you get into really owning it and feel it, it's like, okay, really? Because I can go to a meditation center and they're talking about levels. They have the same thing. Come the Torah and tells us, no, he doesn't. That's the Kabbalah soil. That's the bit that you need to have. First, in order for you to step, you got to have Yirah to talk. First, you have to tap into yourself. You have to tap into your inner child, inner belief. You have to get vulnerable. But you can't get vulnerable because the last time you were vulnerable, you got hurt. So that's how Paro hijacks the children. The boys are staying, the kids are staying with me. They're not leaving the time. How? By damaging your innocence already from childhood. From the minute you come out, you're damaged. So you can. So when the readers are like, okay. It took me years to understand. Like they have mamarim that are built. How big is the Eibishter? And you have the whole Chassidus is built on this pasuk. And to me, it's like, really? I thought it's like a vertical. But wie groß ist der Eibishter? Alles ist gemacht mit Chochma, größer Chochem. But then you learn one man, another man. We're like, oh my gosh. Like literally, they were in a place, they were in such a space, the Chassidim, that when he said a pasuk, he was vibrating with that, but he connected to it. There was no question to him that this is carrying the vibration of Dvaravai himself, just that was expressed in such a tefillah.
We do 10 steps at once?
Why 10 steps at once? Yes, we're doing 10 steps at once. You're doing the 20-year process in 3 months. So he's speaking a language that people don't speak. A level of understanding that a lot of people in the Hasidus don't have.
I don't feel that way.
I know, because you don't see the contrast. Contrast means both sides. He can tell you the contrast probably. Because he's here and he's there. I'm here and I'm there. He can tell the contrast that, what? Whatever, but we're not measuring here what was MV. They were holding space for that. It doesn't make a difference. So fine, let's do a few more lines here and then we're done. Shisa Yuchad, that's what it is. Okay. Kamei Lamala, Batzilus Shisham Hu Hi Beginnes Shisa Yuchad. Nicht klar? What? Nicht clear? Okay, we'll go in a minute, yes. Okay. We're finishing in 2 minutes. Batzilus Shisham Hi Beginnes Shisa Yuchad. V'zei Yisrael Goyechet Ba'aretz. Shi Yegila Echet V'gam Basiya Gashma. Okay, listen to this. We'll start with his punchline here. כשם שאין בלבך אל אחד כך אין בלבנו אל אחד בבת שאנחנו למטה, we're here, נעשה למטה אחד כמו למעלה. What? Yeah. Wherever you want. Yeah, I'm still there. Fine, okay. Yeah. No, we'll take it as a cigarette. Yeah. Fine. Yeah, I love you. Yes, we'll do an official break. Do you need a cigarette? Oh yeah, I love you, Hashem. Today you showed up with Langa Pius with that beautiful handles are blonde. Okay, Batzilus Shishamu Beginnes. We're finishing this line of here because I know that Rowan wants a cigarette break. Not a cigarette break. You want a tabak. Well, it's yeah.
More time to give him a shake.
Huh? Ja, laat me eens zoeken een piece doen. Batzilus Shishamu Hu Beginnes Shisa Yuchad. V'zei Yisrael Ga'echad Ba'aretz. Shi Yegila Echad Gam Basiya Gashmis. The Yid job is, our ability is to do eins, as if it says eins dort oben. That's the power that you have. That's the bechira that you have. You can be mayachet yechidim. You can take the physical and connect it with the non-physical. The yesh with the ayin. You can take your gevuras, your pain, your restrictions, your judgments, and connect it in with oneness. Connect it in with oneness. Bring it into one, to echad. Okay, Adkan.
Well, I didn't understand the last part. How do you do that?
Good. By finding the positive in everything that you're going through in your day. And if ultimately, if you were not mindful today because it was too fast,
No,
and
it's pretty mindful.
I'm saying, let's just say, if it happens like, so at the end of the day, you just take it in its colors, you don't need the fragmentation, and you say, you find the positive in the whole day. Ah, thank God I'm here, I'm present, I can relax, whatever your relaxing is. I can listen to a nig and I can be present with
Even if I
myself.
wasn't present, I noticed that I wasn't present.
Even if you want, that's being present. Noticing you're not present is being present. Because the fish, you're not like, you're out of the fish in the water.
Noticing a judgment.
Because I once said that, by a shiur, I said that the fish is not present of itself in the water. But I was challenged on that. But then, ultimately, he's not. He's just, it's complete surrender. And Alter was talking about it, it's complete surrender. Okay. So, what was so the thing is to find the Chachmas B'Yir, to find the beauty in everything, to find the peace in everything in the day, and then at night you can do a scholars, and then you can do it at the end of the week, before Shabbos. You make one package deal, and you're just like, I'm stepping into Shabbos. Have a l'chaim or two.
So you send them
and
the
step into
package,
Shabbos.
right?
Yeah, there's no more. There is no package. It's done. It was just a thing over here. I was doing birurim.
So you're saying now we're conscious?
Now,
After
is it
this?
like now or today or
Now, this moment.
we're very conscious, very conscious.
So what if the thought of
I mean, I hope so. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think we're conscious.
what
Yeah.
if the thought of thinking how you're feeling when you are not conscious, that alone scares you.
Again, what if the thought of feeling?
A feeling when you're not now, when you feel it, you know.
Yeah.
You know already clear.
Yeah.
But when you're not conscious,
Yeah.
to feel that feeling and knowing that
Feel
that
which feeling? If I'm not conscious, what feeling am I feeling?
whatever feeling comes into mind.
Okay. Yeah.
Because right now we're not feeling anything.
Yes.
Because everything flows.
Correct.
To the flow.
Yep.
But we're not conscious, then we start feeling, hey, I don't like this environment, I don't like that environment, I can't understand this
Yeah.
or that.
Right. It's the most good.
So just feeling good and that consciousness feeling good.
Because it's the most beautiful thing when you know that that's fake.
But when you're thinking about it, what's your fear?
But I'm thinking about what? That I'm
What's
not going to
the
be
fear
conscious?
that doesn't allow you to go to that feeling while you're not conscious?
To
Thinking
be in
about
this
that.
conscious? To be in this conscious?
No.
No.
To be this conscious is good.
No. But what's the fear of
What's
being...
the
when
now
you're trapped?
you can see the fear. So
Yeah.
when you're there, you can't see the fear. You can identify. You can.
No, you're in
You
it,
can
yeah?
you're in it.
Yeah.
But now I can see the fear, and I want to know what's the fear. I want to identify it.
Okay. So the fear, very good. So the fear is simple. The fear is the low frequency. My spin is a real conscience. It's a real living thing. It's an infected skin. It's real. It's real. It knows that once I get rid of it, he's going to cease to exist. Once I see the truth, that there's nothing to be afraid of. Once I see that there's b'chachmas b'ridim,
The fear knows.
then this is good. My low frequency. I have an argument with somebody. That argument is coming because there's something within me that is. I'm not shaking off when I'm like I'm fighting. I'm pushing, and that's where we're interacting. My ego does not want me to clean this because the minute I overcome this, I no longer have this argument, which means that this consciousness will cease to exist. Right? So the ego holds on to it. Er will nicht sterben. Er will nicht sterben. The guy that's playing victim, the minute I give a victim,
everything is
no, I'm
good.
not ready. How many times we sit in that process? Are you ready to give it up? Not yet.
Misery.
Not yet. Ik wil nog zitten aan de
So
mamacht. Okay.
when you can say, when you can tell
Yeah.
when you can tell the fear, don't worry, I don't have to tell you, but you can see through it. I see through you. Don't take me there. I'm there. If you can tell it to the fear, you show it to him. That's when he disappears. You confront him.
Correct. So that's exactly what it is. When you bring a little light, then the darkness moves away automatically. I don't need to. That's exactly what we're talking about. Instead of spinning with the rational, as I'm trying to figure it out, I'm making it stronger. I'm staying in the case because really, once I come up here, I go into a positive state. It just crumbles away automatically. It falls away because it has to. Because everything I am projecting, everything that I see, I'm projecting. And everything you see, you are projecting. So if I smile, if I approach you like this, you can't approach me like that. If I go like this, you're going to respond to me like that. I'm not talking about if we, saying about you walk with the person, hi, how are you, good morning, oh, good morning, how are you, how can I help you? But like, if I go like this, then this is the reaction I'm getting back. So I'm projecting that. So if I am going into a positive mode, I don't need to negotiate with figuring it out, because while I'm figuring it out, I'm still giving it life, stepping right out of it. What's the risk? It's a fear to go there. What's the fear? Because I don't know how to. But what if it doesn't work out? How will it work out? What do you mean? It doesn't make sense to me. How do I do? And for the most part, we don't know how to. We're building the kalim how to surrender to level 50. Nin Shara Bina. And really, how it is, simply put, is I'm stepping into the possibility of yes instead of trying to figure out the no and how. Yes, if this is what I want to do, then go ahead and do it. Stop making cheshbonos. You're going to fail or make it either way, and you failed and made it regardless of if you thought about it too. Right? You thought about it 20 times and still you ended up short. So why not go into the positive? And if it ends up short, then fine. At least you had a good time trying. And you're not going to fail. Because you're stepping into the truth, and that's where it's going to be. That's what the outcome is going to be. All right. I know Moshe wants a break.
Thank you.